Welcome back to another battle, everybody. Today we're playing fixed capitals on the Alcatraz map. We're playing as a green player out of the first position. I don't have any fancy, spicy 1-point holds here. Red has a great play for the top off of this 2. He caps after white. I'm going to go here. Everybody will see this. Let's send alliance requests to white and black and purple. Got quite a bit of purple behind me. He hopefully goes on one of these 3s over here. I'll send it to everybody. We're going to be friends with everyone. I could have gone on this 3 here, but I think there's a pretty good likelihood that orange would have capped here, or maybe even white in front of me. This way I at least get a play for a bonus pretty early. White goes here. That's going to be a god hold later. Red may actually pivot either to the 2 or the 3 here. I don't like this white capital very much. He actually just straight up caps here. I wonder what the white player tries to do, if anything, about that. Purple went here. That's great. We just got to hope black doesn't go on the 3 directly behind me, and we're pretty good. We might get black in front of purple, maybe on this 3 here. Black on the 6 behind red could be dangerous. Obviously, black on the 3 behind me could also be dangerous. I think I just I got to chip away at this stuff, but 4 troops here. I don't think I get cap rolled if I do that. Slowly start taking this bonus. Fortify in the middle to have cards there. Throw our thumbs up to white. White does have the benefit of going before red, so he may decide to try to roll red. Black does go in front of purple, and I wouldn't be surprised to see orange end up on that 4 in front of me, which does make a potential cap roll a little bit more dangerous for myself. No, he goes behind red, so we eventually could take white's capital. Gotta knock black out of here. Fortify in the middle of the board. That's decent enough dice there. And this makes me threatening in the middle. Also forces white's hand a little bit on wherever he decides to take a card. I did give him the 4. I'll even tell him that he can roll that, which will make it much easier to remove in here. So hopefully he rolls that out for me, which would then open me back up to this. He's going to operate up here. Dumps everything up there. I was hoping he'd roll his 4 out. Evidently not what is going to occur. Hello, black. Oh, thanks so much. That's actually huge. That is actually massive. That maneuver that he just made, kind of massive. I don't think purple full rushes for this either. Does knock black out. I think that's wise. You don't have the juice to take the rest of this. I would actually pull... Yeah, leave the 3 external. Pull this 3 out to cap. Potential for purple to take this on the next turn, so got to be a little bit wary of that. Red is a human. I don't know who this goes into. White? I guess white. Slow rolling it as well is a bold choice. You've got orange behind you. Orange with a 5 here as well. Orange, the only player to not accept my alliance request. 5 comes back to cap. So I feel a little bit bad for red because of having orange back here. White's cap is going to be our primary target. Red, obviously, with a bunch of material in here. So coming off cap to operate in there is certainly dangerous. Black's going to want me to hit purple. It is my goal to hit purple because I got to clear my material out of here. I was hoping he would have rolled this 2 off so that I could clean take. Boom, boom. A little bit extra here. We're going to obviously prioritize the 4 first. Doesn't give my opponents too much of an opportunity to play behind me. Interesting choice by black. He'll leave the 7 looking at... Yeah, he leaves the 7 looking. That's interesting. Now we get to see what orange does. He sticks everything up here. He does stick everything up there. Rolls this off. Smart take. Reserved play from the orange player. I'll take purple out here. I'm not worried about my 8 cap being taken. Red doesn't have enough troops generation yet. And this should thwart any plans of anybody to add anything behind me. So we should get a very early bonus take here. Excited to see how this plays out because this is a +6. I could potentially bonus it and do an additional amount of troops, maybe loom and threaten white here, but I'd rather actually remove people from this area first. Now, black, this is a bold play by black, and here's why. I think if you're the purple player, you've got 2 2s in the middle of the board that maybe you can operate with. But I don't know why white is still putting troops behind red. That does not make sense to me. Leaves him far too vulnerable in the middle. I am going to have to betray my opponents here, or my buddies. I don't think you push for this bonus. Yeah, still don't push for the bonus, but he's getting close. And he's on the complete opposite side of the board from me. So smarter choice from black here, actually, on this next turn. Put 3 here. Hit the 2. Red should full knock white out of here. No, he doesn't. He actually leaves a little bit of white, which is a choice. So orange will take a card in here too. We don't want to give up our capital yet, though. Yeah, this is exactly the play I would have made. Well played. Because now you're kind of forcing purple's hand here. I don't like this. This is dangerous because purple can potentially play off of this position and come hit you. Orange will continue playing off the 4. Actually plays off the 5, so leaves the 4 safe for another turn. And red would be in red's best interest to remove orange from here to force him to take the cards back there. We are going to finish my bonus. I imagine it's very possible that my opponents start plotting against me. But yeah, this is a wiser choice by the white player. I do have a set. Finishes his bonus. I think black was too little too late. If black went before purple, maybe this works. I think he's got to try to slow roll this. Otherwise, I have a trade. I could steal black's, depending on what black does here. Now is a pretty primed for a pretty good opportunity to steal black's capital. Especially if he commits here. Because this is bound to get hit. And even more so, the capital is bound to get hit. So maybe you know what? Maybe I hold off on the steal. Because my assumption here is that if purple has a trade, black's not looking too hot. Orange did not accept my alliance, so targeting him is not inherently a bad idea. This rolls around to me. I don't know who this helps, whether it be white or red, but I gotta make a move on somebody, and I think that that is the right choice. That's a bold choice. Purple trades. This could be, at bare minimum, takes the cap, right? I think he's going to put troops on this 5 here. I don't think this was well enough defended. Yeah. I don't think this will be very strong after the hit either. And it is not. So let's see if black has a trade in to try to take that back. Otherwise, he's not looking too good. Now, purple won't probably be very happy with me if I steal black's cap. But with a 32 back here, it's probably in my best interest to do that. Yeah, red doesn't put enough in here to take orange out of that spot, so orange likely gets one more card in here. Black capless. We don't have the black elim, black trades, so you dump everything on the 16. The 1-point hold back here is pretty appealing. Trades for an 8 trade. Got a 2 here, so it's a horse trade. The moment I don't want an alliance, that's fair. I did hit your stuff, but I hit your stuff because you didn't accept the alliance. I don't think black's going to even make a play here. Is this a set and a bot? I plan on stealing this. Oh, if this fails, it does fail. We're going to take that for sure. Can leave black in the middle of the board. I mean, he doesn't have any cards. Black is fully cooked. Orange continues to take him. I don't want to give orange extra cards, but if white continues sitting back there. Okay. Orange knocks white out of that position. There's no reason for me not to take that. And if white comes and hits me, he gives his cap up to red. I'm sorry, purple. I can't. I'm not even going to apologize. It's a no-brainer play for me to go take that capital and have position on the other side of the board. It's really no question about it, honestly. He gets one more card. I can defend both of these positions perfectly fine. Oh, that's a mistake. This is not a good play. That is far too many troops off cap over here. And if we get a car, he's likely gone. Yeah, not surprised by that. Not wise to knock. It's not wise to knock black out of here. And the reason it's not wise to knock black out of here is if one of these guys goes for black up top, the moment purple gets removed here, like I'd rather just let white have the elimination on black. I don't trade off of purple right now. And this way we don't have to split. If I do this now, we don't have to split these troops later. If I do this now, I don't have to split the troops after. Did I get a car? I got a car too. Purple's cooked. Purple is absolutely cooked. We get a 1-point hold on the right-hand side as well. And eventually a 1-point hold off of white's cap with 3 people back up in here. I won't have the means to remove red's on a trade here as well. I could see him trying to steal white's cap for fun. Presumably purple brings these 20 troops back to capital. He's gonna try to slow roll me. You could feed to white. The problem is if he feeds to white. Well, no, white. I go before white. Actually, nobody has. Black is the only player with access to this, and he won't have enough troops to stop me. So this is a game-losing play by purple. Not that it wasn't before. I didn't even manipulate him. I just let him do what he was doing up here. Feel a little bit bad, but it's going to be 3 free cards, basically. I mean, he's got 2 troops left here. So he's got a 6 that I've got to hit in some splits. I'll probably try to two troop split down there. But I have 32 troops over here. Like, this cap is not going anywhere. White's not taking it. And red has to hit through. So I feel a little bit bad for purple. Yeah, I'm not surprised he flagged. I feel a little bit bad. White is going to likely get the black kill unless orange for some reason feeds it to me. There's no point and these guys probably aren't going to feed it. Black's probably going to live simply because I plan on leaving him back here. That's dangerous. If white doesn't have a trade in and red gets another set, I almost wonder if you go for the capital. But I'm going to start getting a lot of troops to the point where I can just clear these guys out of here. Everybody trades up top, and I eventually build enough to take white out of the game. Although I do have 2 positions to defend, so there is that. But we'll take purple out. I don't think white can do anything about that. Especially with the 32 back here. And at that point, I think I'm just simply going to generate too much. Orange is removing white. Orange is removing white. Wow. Has effectively fed himself to red as well. So orange didn't want white to also have access to the black kill. That's actually a pretty smart play if it works. The issue is it just objectively feeds. It just feeds white to red. Not great. Not great dice there on that cap roll. That was pretty... I'm back on 4 cards. That was pretty atrocious dice, to be all things considered. I lost 14 on a 6 cap. That's... And the slidering doesn't matter because the calculations are changed. That's a terrible play, too. White is actually trying to guarantee himself... He dies here. But White is trying to guarantee himself a 4th instead of 3rd. So he's trying to feed Black in here. Black's going to be forced to open. So he actually feeds Black. He feeds Black the Black's elimination to Orange, interestingly enough. Because Black will take cards off of this position. The problem is that Red should just eliminate him soon. White has also sneakily been leaving this path line open into me, I believe. But Black is cooked, right? I think if you're Orange, you just take him out. Knowing full well that you just sacked all of those troops into White, because I think he was trying to prevent Black from being fed, the cards of the Black player being fed, but at the same time, you've accidentally allowed... So I need to knock Red out of this position in here. We need to keep Orange alive. Orange is way too vulnerable right now, so we need to prioritize Red in here. Somehow take White out. I mean, if Red goes for White, I don't actually think that ends up being very fruitful for him. Obviously, if White does not trade, there are certain ramifications to that. 25 should be fine over here. So I don't want extra cards for Orange here, and 2, oh, this is great. This is perfect. This is actually exactly what I want. Beautiful. Don't bail. Okay, because if he bailed in the cap, that gives Red an opportunity to do something, but Red hasn't been holding a bonus the entire game. Oh. Well, that's bad. That's about as bad as that could have gone. That is not who he should have hit. That is so bad. Because he trades off of both of these eliminations because White didn't set for some reason. And he'll have this capital. I think my generation outweighs him, though. Bad dice? Okay, not great. Not great dice. The 17's going to come out, though, and he'll be able to hold on one spot. That's the issue. This is almost like a borderline stalemate. Because he trades off of that. Hopefully, it's somehow only a dude trade or something. So these should just go here. I can't even bypass the 10 either. That's any troops off of the cap here are great. This is perfect. He just fed me the game with that play. That is exactly not what he should have done. I don't think he should have done that. If I roll good enough dice here, I'm golden. Yeah, there we go. Good game. Well played. GG's Orange. The one guy that didn't want to give me an alliance is the guy that comes in second. Weird game. I don't know why Red sacked into White there, dude. I mean, maybe you win it, you get his cards, but you're still too weak. And if you lose it, it almost fed the game to Orange. Fortunately, Orange distributed troops incorrectly there. You put everything you generate on the capital, and you bring those troops back to cap. I know that he didn't get that much from the trade-in. Let me check. He got... I don't know. He got a full 12. He got a full 10 trade from that. So I don't know. All those 10 should land on cap. You pull the 17 out. I can't cap run in that case. Instead, he put the 10 split between the 18 and that 5. And nothing on the capital. So the 17 pulls out. And then as long as I have enough to roll a 17, which we We lost only 14 on an 18. I guess it was an 18 cap, so he put one troop there or whatever. 48. Oh no, that was the 18 first. Sorry, that was not the cap. The cap roll was here. We lost 21 on a 17 cap, which is great dice. Just trying to play the odds, but I don't know. Let's see our ranks. Master on whites. Just white had a great progressive cards cap, but unfortunately we're playing fixed. Beginner on everybody else, but purple, who was intermediate. I could tell purple was a decent player, but I can't not take advantage of that position. If I try to honor alliances with everybody, I can't. It's impossible. The game will never end. So hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, hit that like button down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. We're like 8 away from 3K, so I appreciate all the support. If you have not subscribed yet, please do it. It's free. You can even ignore my videos or whatever if you don't want. At least it supports. So thanks so much, guys. I hope you have a tremendous rest of your day, and thank you very much for watching. As always, I have been Subani. See money. Peace.